We were talking about guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Fucking the only one I could think of was Grown Ups. That's literally the only one I could
think of. Grown Ups is a great movie, honestly. It got shit on a lot in like the early 2010s when it came out. Everyone was like, "Oh, it sucks." But the first one's awesome.
Do you know what also I really do consider, I shouldn't consider it a guilty pleasure, but it kind of is just because it's not that great, is Dodgeball. You ever seen Dodgeball?
Yeah, of course. I love that scene
movie.
where the sign falls on the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's like, with patches, we can do anything. He just fucking dies.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, that movie's not very good. But
no, it's not really good, but it's still a fun time, you know? Like,
I love it so much.
That's why it's a guilty pleasure.
I was at my sister. The reason I thought about it was because I was at my sister's last night, and everybody went to bed pretty early.
Okay.
You know, and we had, like, dinner. I brought some wine and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wine gets me drunk. So I was, like, sitting there on my own, and everybody had gone to bed. She put her baby down and everything, so I was, like, trying really hard to not be loud.
So this
but I was
had wine and watched Dodgeball.
I was just sitting there watching Dodgeball on my own, and I was like, this is rock bottom, isn't
What kind
it?
of wine?
No, I'm joking.
What kind of wine did you have?
Oh, we would just buy cheap wine, whatever's on sale, you know. Like, my sister's favorite is Apothic Red.
Oh, I've heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard
I don't
brand.
really drink wine, so.
I used to drink so much wine, like
really?
just because like
Makes you feel sexy.
I heard it was healthy. It makes me feel sexy. No, I remember I just liked it because it like it it felt, you're right, it did feel like a little bit more sophisticated than drinking a bunch of beer. But also it's healthier. It's healthier for you, and it gets you fucked up.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
and like I remember I had a girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I brought her over to my sister's house for a little wine night.
Nice.
But she doesn't drink she never drank a lot, and so she had one sip of this wine, or like just like a glass or two, and she was like fucking. But because my sister and her boyfriend are really affectionate, right?
Right.
And so she got super affectionate, but I was like 2 glasses in, and it wasn't much like going on. Yeah. But she was like really into it, and I was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Like, I'm just trying to watch Dodgeball.
Literally, I was like, I'm
trying
really
to dodge what's happening over here.
No, this was years ago. This wasn't last night.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, this was not last night. Last night was when I was at my sister's and stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
But no, Dodgeball's one of them.
Dodgeball's good. One of my favorites, Cat in the Hat. Seriously, that movie.
The Mike Myers one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's good.
so fucking bad, but come on, man. That one part
I love that movie,
where
actually.
he like starts wiping the cupcake shit off the wall. Like,
yeah.
That's Mom's dress!
Yeah.
This filthy thing?
I like, what's it? That's our babysitter. What? You pay this woman to sit on babies?
That's disgusting. Do you remember what he says, though?
No.
He's like, that's disgusting. I do it for free. It's so stupid.
Yeah, no, Mike Myers is funny. Like, I'm actually not a huge fan of Mike Myers. I just like the Austin Powers. But
Austin Powers, do I make you horny, baby?
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
And also Bohemian Rhapsody. Never mind. Actually, Mike Myers is good.
He's good in Bohemian. He was in there for like, what, 3 minutes, though?
Well, I'm sure a little bit more than that, because he showed up later on, didn't he?
Oh yeah, no, it was just like
he was just listening to Live Aid. Yeah. We both did the same little.
Oh, we did.
Just him. Anyway. No, but yeah, he's great.
I like Fred. I like the Fred trilogy.
You like Fred,
dude? Those movies are so funny. Okay, shout out to Rye, dude. Rye and I, couple nights we just watch all 3. We get drunk or high and just watch all 3, or even the first one.
Get drunk or high?
No, you don't understand. You don't understand.
Why?
Because they're funny, man.
Yeah.
The 3 Fred movies are fucking hilarious. Once you know all the inside jokes that Ryan and I have, you're going to have a blast.
I just remember John Cena was his dad.
Yeah, and he like flips him over the table and shit.
Yeah.
And like, they're in the 3rd one, he's in a fridge in the woods. And he just opens the fridge. It's really funny stuff. It's
really funny stuff.
It's funny. It's funny.
I don't know.
No, the first one, yeah, he gets like flipped over a table. What else happens? Like a potted plant gets smashed on his head and shit. It's funny.
I guess you're fucking crazy. I don't think so, but yeah, no. Like Fred is one of those movies though that like it was so cheap. You could tell that it didn't cost a lot of money to make
like
that
1,000
movie.
or 100,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe 100,000 would be a little bit.
$1 million, imagine.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, John Cena was in it.
Oh,
so they might have to pay John Cena a little bit of money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure it might have been like $500,000 or something like that. We could figure that out right now.
No way it was Fred.
I could figure that out for us right fucking now.
No fucking way it was Fred. $500,000.
I bet you Fred is actually going to impress us, and it's going to be a lot more than...
Dude, I swear to God.
Okay, Fred the movie, 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Let's look at this.
And did you know
budget.
Fred the movie actually came out in theaters, but only in the UK?
No, budget, $4 million.
Shut the fuck up.
That's hilarious.
No way.
Yeah, I wonder how much it grossed. I still have it open, right?
Yeah. It's
grossed opening weekend $400,000 worldwide. 1.3 million. It lost so much money, and they made 2 sequels.
Yep, and they were straight to DVD and TV.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Nickelodeon.
Went straight to YouTube.
Oh my god.
Went straight to Pornhub. No.
Straight to Pornhub. Fred the movie. Oh my god, what kind of movie is this, Fred?
There's a lot of weird.
Don't worry about it.
There's a lot of weird shit on Pornhub, but fucking.
Yeah, no, that's interesting because I thought it was like a cheap movie.
No, which like that's the thing though that we were talking about this earlier. Like making short films in Edmonton, it's really hard to do because of the fact like the reason why none of them turn out that good is because nobody has any fucking money.
Yeah, and
right?
That's why you and I are waiting. It's because we want the funds to do it.
So like that's what I've talked about this with a few different people where like because I talk so much about wanting to make a movie, right?
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where like all my friends that do make movies, it's cool that they made the movies, but like I gotta be honest, not calling anybody out, like not naming any names, none of them turn out that good. You know, like they always are like all the credit in the world for making them, but absolutely no credit for the quality of the movie. You know, like they never turn out.
Fair, I guess.
And so it's like, wouldn't it be a nice idea to maybe keep like no matter what, you know that you can direct a movie. Why not just save whatever you're doing?
Yeah.
And maybe get some funding, get a grant somewhere, you know, and spend like $20,000 on the movie.
That's true. Like we say 20,000 like it's fucking pennies, but
it's not. But when you're making a movie, it sure fucking is pennies.
Yeah, that's true.
It absolutely is.
It's pretty shitty that it is pennies, but
that's how it works, you know.
I totally agree with that actually. You know, like whenever I see a movie, a short film specifically, just made in Edmonton with a budget of like what $1,000, it looks like pure garbage.
It never turns out.
And it's always the sound too. The sound's always off.
Yeah.
And that's something people really need to start investing in, like into
audio. Is that well? Audio. Like, I think I had this conversation with probably Rye, where we talked about how like the 2 most important things when you're making a short film, especially like a student short film, right?
Yeah.
It's audio, and it's the fucking quality of the edit.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. If you don't have like you could have pretty shots, and in the context of an edit, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
And I'm stealing that line directly from Martin Scorsese's masterclass on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Did
you take it?
No.
No, okay.
But he said it was just a line in the trailer where he fucking said, when you have a bad shot, you know, something that you're not sure about, if you take the time to think about it in the context of an edit, it might work. But I think that goes vice versa. If you have a pretty shot and you think about it in the context of a crappy edit, nothing will work.
That's interesting. That's a really good point.
You know, like you have to worry about shit like that.
I've never really thought of that because I'm more a photographer than filmmaker.
And a good one. You're a fantastic photographer. We just walked out to the fucking store and you took some great shit.
Well, thank you. It's on our Instagram. Go follow
on
it.
On Instagram, at Cinema&Cigarettes.
Exactly. Cinema&Cigarettes podcast.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking
Well, thank you. But yeah, I've never really taken in like I love taking photographs and I love shooting. But it's rough to get that moving picture. And that's because sometimes it just doesn't happen, you know? So yeah, I totally see what you're saying there, but especially in the context of an edit.
The hardest part, especially like that with guys like you and me, I think that we're perfectly capable of doing something like that. We were perfectly capable of making a movie. You know, it's not. It is difficult to make a good one, but the real obstacle is not even the utilities, not the money, not the tools, although the money is a huge
It is
issue.
fucking one extra camera that we're using, a DSLR.
Yeah.
Like 700.
Fuck. As if we don't have bills to pay.
Literally, right?
That's why grants are so important. But no, what I was going to say is that the genuine obstacle that none of us can really get over is having a good story. None of us really know what to make a movie about.
I know, yeah.
You know, and that's like anything that I've written, and I talked about it a little bit with Tom. I think off the air,
off camera, yeah.
Yeah, but we talked about it. I talked a little bit about it with Tom, where I said the real hardest part about the movies that I've written is that I try my best to make relatable. Like I try to write relatable movies without much of a story.
No, definitely, and
so I'm relying on people liking the characters.
Yeah, and that's where it gets super tough because you don't know if people are going to like those characters until that movie's out for people to see.
And another thing to worry about, you don't know if they're going to like the characters because you don't know if the actor can actually pull off what you're writing.
Yeah, that's the worst fear. You know, you get someone to play this character, they're doing a good job, you think, you edit it, and it's like, wait, they suck.
Exactly.
Like, this is not
really but then there's nothing you can do about it because you're already on set.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah, you're already on set, you're already editing the fucking thing. Yeah. You can fire them and look like the biggest asshole, but
reshoot it, I guess. But you don't want to
Yeah.
do that. We're not at that sort of point in anybody's career where you could
no.
actually get away with trying to do reshoots like that, where you replace an entire actor, and that sounds really difficult to do too.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. But it's just one thing that I have a lot of trouble with when it comes to wanting to shoot a short film or even a film in general in this city is location. We have a very beautiful, pretty city.
So we've talked about this a lot. Yeah,
we have
great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But we're always wanting to shoot shit that's way too expensive for us.
Yeah.
And I seriously, we've talked about getting drones, I'm pretty sure.
Which
sometimes.
is honestly not the worst. Like, that's not that expensive.
It's not expensive, but also it's like, fuck, do I really want to drop $1,500 for this one shot?
Well, you gotta keep it in mind that you want to make more than one movie.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be useful for however long.
That's very true.
You know,
yeah.
how I'm taking a look at these settings. Oh, I'm not in the right setting.
You're not? Oh,
no,
shit.
That's
I am, though.
okay, now I am.
Okay, there we go.
I'm sure I sounded the same. I already did an audio test.
Yeah,
and
we're
everything,
fine.
yeah.
Anyways, location's a big thing for me because I guess also I don't drive. And that's something that I'm a little worried about. I don't want to fucking bus with all my equipment. Get the fucking boom. Just the guy standing with the boom mic on the
hire
bus, right?
somebody, take an Uber.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit rough to find, especially for low budget movies to shoot in Edmonton. You know?
The thing about low budget movies though is that that's exactly what I was saying, is that like it's not that hard. It's not necessarily difficult to make a movie, you know.
No.
I forget who was talking about it. I watch a lot of
every
these YouTube
director
directors.
ever. Though.
They all say that the camera quality in our phones is so much better than what they had when they were kids.
It's fucking weird.
And they made shit movies, but the fact is, not only do you have to make a shit movie every now and again just to make sure that you're actually going to be able to pull off making a good one.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
I see what you're saying already. Yeah.
You need a story. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have something to make a movie about, you're sitting there filming nothing.
Yeah.
You're filming something that doesn't make anybody feel anything.
And you want to know something I just noticed from what you said about how directors back in the day didn't have as, I guess, good of quality?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why those short films that directors made, like let's say David Lynch, for example.
I was just thinking David Lynch. Yeah.
David Lynch. He made a lot of fucking short movies, and they look like pure garbage.
Absolutely.
But that pure garbageness of the look adds to the aesthetic of the movie. When everyone's filming a short film on their phone, it all looks like the same quality. So you're just putting out shit without an aesthetic to it.
And like that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And that's actually, before my last point, that's actually one thing that I've noticed about a lot of the student films that I've watched.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
No.
They actually, some of them turn out really good, but one thing that's very rare is for somebody to pull off a shot that actually makes me go, wow, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. You
know?
never see that.
I never see it.
I've been to the Metro a couple times to see like, you know, student short films or just short films by people, and you never see a shot like that in those movies. And it's because I think they get too lost in the writing, and then I don't know. I guess I'm a photographer, like I said. I'm focused more so on shooting rather than writing. Everyone has their own niche to when they want to make a movie. Mm-hmm. But to me, cinematography is so important. That's what I'd like to see a lot more. Especially with audio as well. Like audio is its whole own thing. But I'd love to see audio done right and just better shots.
So let me ask you this. You talked to me, I think in the first episode you said that your favorite was The Revenant. Oh no, you said it was The Shining, right?
Shining, Revenant, yeah.
Yeah, but so with The Revenant, that story is not the most captivating thing I've ever fucking seen in my life, right? But the credit comes from the fact that Iñárritu can direct the living shit out of a movie.
The motherfucker shot that in natural light. The whole thing in Alberta wilderness.
I totally understand why you like it, you know, but do you think that it would be the same movie if he had the utilities that you and I had, you know? Like, not necessarily, that's obviously, like, what I mean is that, like, do you think that the movie is actually worth the watch without all the cinematography, like, without all those aspects that made the movie as good as it is?
I do, because I think it's still a fun revenge tale. I don't think it would get the exact same, you know, claim or like, you know.
No, it wouldn't have won Oscars or something.
No, not at all. It would not even come close to being in a fucking festival. Mm-hmm. It would be a fun little short film that a couple friends made.
I do think it would make it into a festival.
You think so?
Because like what I mean when I ask that question, what I mean is that not that they have like they have the same scenery. They're still shooting it in the same place. Fair enough. Know. So, but the cinematography wouldn't be the same quality because of the fact they're using an iPhone. But that doesn't mean that they wouldn't still have Chivo Lubeski, who was the cinematographer on it.
Okay.
So they'd still have him, but he'd be using an iPhone.
Well, I guess that more so comes from the talent of the cinematographer or the cinematographer. You know, like I
Yeah.
feel like,
Do you think he could pull it off?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
him, yeah. You and
Chivo would
Fuck
pull it
no.
off, no problem. No, you and I couldn't do
You
shit.
and I would be like,
You
yo,
and I
check
would-
out this branch, bro.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Look at these dead bushes.
Seriously. No, I have to say, like, just to sidetrack for a second, the cinematography in that movie is the best. That's the best looking movie I've ever seen in my life. The Revenant.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Easily.
I'd probably have to say you're right.
Those landscapes.
Honestly, no. Same. I would have to say that mine is same cinematographer. It's Birdman.
Okay,
I
fair
think
enough,
that movie's
yeah.
beautiful. Do you remember
Birdman-
when he went and bought that bottle of whiskey?
Yeah, and all the lights.
Oh my god.
That's honestly one of the best. That's a painting.
That's
it's a
so
fucking
gorgeous.
painting. Yeah.
I don't think that. I think that if there's one example of what Chivo's capable of, it's
Well, it's
fucking
that duo.
right there.
It's both
Yeah.
of them. That duo.
Exactly.
Fantastic. I can't wait for their next movie.
It's been a while, hey.
6 years now.
6 years.
6 years since The Revenant.
And then but he did Revenant right after he did Birdman. So
Yeah,
it's
so he
like,
probably needs a fucking break.
but he also got fair enough, and he got the back-to-back director Oscar.
Yeah,
and that's hard to do.
Rightfully
man.
so, though. Both
Yeah.
those movies absolutely deserved
Great.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right though. If low budget filmmakers like you and I decided to shoot it, I actually don't know.
Would we have like what I mean is that like there's a point with all these filmmakers, they're making these student films, right?
Right.
And they're not bad.
No.
But I think what a lot of it is that they're actually too scared to be brave about the choices that they make.
What do you
right?
mean?
So like I talked about this with Tom too. It was we just talked specifically about acting choices, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of these, we talked about some scenes in Fugacious where a lot of these young actors confuse brave acting choices with shouting.
That's so true.
You know?
That's a major thing in student films.
Yeah. Why
Like,
good
why
acting
do
does
you
not
shout?
mean scream your
Why
fucking
do you
face
shout?
off.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things that Daniel Day-Lewis could do with his eyebrows more than you could do at the top of your lungs.
Yeah,
right?
seriously. And it just comes off as obnoxious. It shows whenever a character, sorry to sidetrack, but whenever a character just like, or an actor, I'd say, shouts, it shows that they don't know what else to do.
Exactly.
Right.
They just but the thing is though is that they use it as an excuse for good acting. You know, they
yeah.
they think that they just pulled off something great, but all
Where's
they
my
did was
Oscar?
yell.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like the same thing with like young directors is that they like to do weird things and confuse that with bravery. You know,
That's
and so
very
like
true.
when I use the word bravery, I mean be fucking bold enough, brave enough.
I exactly understand
to
your
do
point.
things that you don't think you're capable of. You know, get those shots that you think are too expensive. Get those shots that you think are a little out there, maybe might fuck with the actual theme of the movie. Sometimes drawing the camera away from the actual theme of the movie is a really good decision.
Really? You think so?
You know? Yeah, because one thing that not a lot of people talk about is the fact that in a lot of great filmmakers, especially in Inarritu's movies, nobody talks about how the camera is essentially a character.
100%, dude. Okay, I gotta say, I love how you know what you're talking about. It's so sick.
Well, like that's what I mean is that I watch a lot of these movies and I want to make one so bad, but it's like when I make one, I need the money, and I also
exactly.
I need to know, I need to be ready, like grounded enough in my own brain to know that my choices are the good choices.
So, okay, I'm going to totally just sidetrack for a second
ahead.
again, because I want to hear your honest answer here. What do you think is stopping you besides the money? What's holding you back? Is it the writing?
The writing.
The
I
writing.
don't have a good screenplay.
But what about the shooting of it? Do you think that's holding you back a bit too, or no?
No, because as soon as I have the money, then I can shoot it.
Fair enough.
I'll pay the actors. I'll pay oh god.
This guy gets a fucking phone
All
notification
the time.
every fucking podcast. It's gonna become a running joke. People are gonna make compilations of you answering your phone on the fucking podcast.
We don't have enough viewers for that. Fucking-
I'll make them.
Yeah, Daniel will make them. Yeah. No, but so yeah, genuinely, it's the screenplay. I don't think that I've written anything good enough to actually get made, unless like, of course, I would make it for fun, just to sort of prove to myself that I might be capable of doing it.
Fair enough. Yeah,
and making it look good, and also sort of, I don't understand the word, but like sort of like put yourself in a position where you can make different kinds of movies, you know, like actually transform every time you make a movie.
Well, it's the same as like an actor getting typecast in a role. You don't want to make the same movie
for
all your life. Like, shout out to Adam Sandler, but I just, like, you know, good job on Uncut Gems. You know what I mean? Like,
well, he didn't direct that. I don't think he directed anything.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, typecast, like, he branched out.
Yeah.
I exactly see what you're saying, where you don't want to be a director who just makes a certain genre, right? You want to branch out.
Again, going back to Inarritu, he's so good at that.
He
made Babel.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's amazing.
It's a great movie, much different. If you go to all of his recent work and you take a quick beeline to Babel, much different. You would not know that he made it.
And well, what's his name? Alfonso Cuarón?
Yeah, Cuarón. Like, Cuarón. I don't know. We gotta fucking work on our accents.
We're bad.
Here, yeah.
Anyways, he made Gravity and then did Roma. Two very different movies that are both
great.
Yeah, I rewatched Gravity, by the way.
I love it.
We talked about it.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I love it so much, right? And you guys actually gave it a little bit of shit last time.
That's why I rewatched it. Yeah. I think it's great.
I love it.
It's great.
Like the vastness of like how empty space looked when Sandra Bullock is spinning in the center. Oh my god, my heart sinks.
The only other director who what the fuck? How have we not mentioned Christopher Nolan for being different?
So he's not.
I think he is. I think he. Have you ever seen Insomnia?
Yeah. No, Insomnia is the Robin Williams one, right?
Yeah, that's a bit different.
No, I'm thinking Memento.
Memento's stupid.
I hate that movie.
Sorry, Ethan.
Well, Ethan, yeah. We talk about Ethan a lot. We should get Ethan on.
He'll say it. Have you seen
Memento? No, he's really like Christopher Nolan's good.
Christopher Nolan's best movies are when he's not fucking around with time in the sense of non-linear plot.
Well, the thing is too, like
Tenet.
Yeah, like it's hard to perfect non-linear plot, you know, because like you actually need to make the story not only like tie, like eventually the movie has to tie together.
Yeah.
Right? If you just do an entire movie of non-linear storytelling and we still don't understand how it ended, that's because the director was not paying enough or the writer essentially
the writer
was not paying enough attention
to writer, director, and even editor. Imagine how fucking awful it would be to edit one of those movies.
Imagine how pissed off you'd be just sitting in the editing booth.
Christopher Nolan's like, this is the wrong scene. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, how was I supposed to know? I want this at the beginning. It's halfway through the movie. Like, you don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Do you think a student would be able to make a non-linear movie work?
I think that a student is capable of making anything work as long as, like, just like I said, they're brave enough to do it properly.
Right.
Don't just make it to make it. You know?
No.
Make it because you know that it'll work. You know? And even if it doesn't work, still keep in mind that you thought it would. And you're brave enough to do that again.
Right.
And eventually, I promise you, it probably will work someday, whatever you're going to make.
I see.
You know?
You're right.
It's just hard to, not everything's a win, you know?
No.
Chris Nolan was responsible for some of the greatest movies. In the last, 10 years, he fucking whipped out all these classics. Yeah. And then he gave us Tenet.
Yeah.
Which is just I know that
I don't even like Dunkirk.
Neither do I. Shit. And Dunkirk, one thing that pissed me off, I know I talk about the Oscars a lot, but it really pissed me off that Dunkirk was the only directing nomination he ever received.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's just useless. Why would you give it to Dunkirk? The Dark Knight was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Best Picture, dude.
It should have won it all, man.
Seriously.
And it got fucking...
It got snubbed big time.
He wasn't even nominated for director that year.
Stupid.
I think the only directing nomination he got was for Dunkirk.
Yeah, wow. I gotta say, my final point with short films and students making them is that I really don't like the mindset of, I just want to make a movie. Make sure it's good.
Yeah.
Make sure you know what you're doing.
And so,
that's what I really like.
I've talked about that with friends, you know, where they make movies and stuff, and it's like they said that every now and again the argument is that at least I made one. You know? And that's I promise you, the idea of making a movie is not Joel Schumacher, at least he made Batman and Robin. What the fuck?
Bad credit card.
I'd rather just watch a grown man take a shit than watch Batman and Robin. It's what do I care? It's a perfect use of my time.
Taste, Colton.
Exactly. Well, genuinely, acquired taste. But genuinely, I don't care about Batman and Robin. Why would I watch a movie that I don't care about?
But exactly, dude. That's the point here. If you want to make a movie, don't make it because you want to say you made it. Make it because you really have a passion to do so, and you know what you're going to make.
Here's what you just said was, don't make it because you want to say that you made it, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When I think about making a movie, I always think about I do want to be able to say I made that.
Okay.
You know, but that's because I'm proud of it. You don't want
Yeah.
to make something just to say that you made a movie. You want to make something, and you do want to say, I made that.
Well, of course.
But you
don't
also want to be proud of it.
Yeah, but you don't want I made that to be the main reason and main reason as to why you're filming that shot.
Well, no, you need
moment,
to
you know
make
what I
sure
mean?
that it's a relevant piece of fucking.
Yeah.
It's art, you guys. Like it's fucking art.
Exactly.
You know, and so like when you actually sit down and like you could fucking like I think it was like an episode of Sweet Life on Deck.
Oh my god.
Where they made fun of modern art because Zach had eaten a pudding cup and he sneezed all over a canvas.
Oh yeah.
And they gave him
that.
they gave him like $20,000
I fucking
for it.
remember that episode, dude. That was so funny.
And they're making fun of the modern art
Cody was
because
jealous.
like not everybody knows how to process modern art, but everybody can at least like acknowledge the fact that it is art. And so like, but that doesn't mean that you did a good job. You know, my point is that like with the idea of sneezing pudding on a canvas, or taking the time to actually create a wonderful fucking piece of art.
Yeah.
You know, there's a point where like even though people might perceive it differently, you know that what you did was the best that you could possibly do and was the bravest thing you could have possibly done.
Right.
And so like yeah, essentially if I'm going to make a movie ever, it needs to be something that not only am I proud of, but so excited about, and I know it's going to be good before I even roll the cameras.
Fuck, that's such a good point,
that's
dude.
just the way it works.
That's how you have to do it.
Otherwise,
Exactly.
you know, like just making a movie to make a fucking movie, it's exhausting. I promise you it won't turn out.
Yeah.
You know? And
You're
so
very
that being
right.
said, I think we're low on time. We're going to come back next week because we don't have a lot of time this week. But thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you guys for listening, watching. Thank you for following the Instagram and social media. Seriously, we really appreciate it, guys.
It's so fun.
And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care.
Actually, no, I got a quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to the Mad Grizz on Facebook Live.
The Mad Grizz.
He's been ripping this stream for months now, and this guy needs these kind of viewers because fact is that he's the craziest fucking sniper in Call of Duty I've ever seen before in my life. And if you guys like watching game streams, fucking watch this guy.
Where can you watch it?
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
And it's Mad Grizz, capital M2Ds.
Because you've shown me clips before, but I've never watched them live.
Well, we'll link it.
Yeah,
we'll link it here. And you guys got to check this guy out if you like watching gaming streams because he's fucking insane.
Yeah, I've seen clips. Like he's pretty entertaining. And he's fun.
And he's funny. You know, that's why it's hard to like.
Yeah,
and like I did a stream with him where we played zombies and stuff.
Is it up?
So fun. Yeah, it's up.
Oh
on
shit,
Facebook.
I gotta watch that.
It's so fun. We just joke around. And
I'll probably link that too because that sounds like so much fun.
It's fun. Well, we played for like 4 hours, right? So it's
Shit.
a long stream. But either way,
Okay.
again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.